Hi, I'm Chris Downs, a writer for Microsoft Access. A new feature of Access 2010 is the ability to add macros to table events. Here I have a table of projects in various stages of completion. I want to add a data macro that automatically sets the %complete field to 100% if I set the status field to complete. Likewise, I want the macro to set the %complete field to 0 if I set the status field to not started. On the Table tab, I can see the different types of events to which I can attach macros. For example, if I want a macro to run just before I delete a record, I'd click Before Delete and then build the macro I want. For this demo, however, I'm going to attach a macro to the Before Change event. So I click the event and Access opens the macro builder. Here I can add actions by selecting them from the Add New Action list, or I can double-click or drag actions from the action catalog. I want to perform an action if a certain condition is true, so I'll double-click the if macro action in the action catalog and type my criteria. Project status equals complete. Notice how Access helps me fill in the field names. I'll double-click project status and then finish typing the expression. Now I need to add the action that sets the value of the %complete field. For this, I'll show you the search feature of the action catalog. I'll just type field, and the list filters down to show the action I want. I want the set field action to be inside the if block, so I'll drag it here and fill in the arguments. I want to set the %complete field to 1. Since the field is formatted as a percentage, this will be displayed as 100%. Now I want to add the actions to set the %complete field to 0 when I set the status field to not started. I'll add an else if to this if statement. At the bottom of the if statement, I click Add Else If. In this part of the if statement, I want to test whether the status is set to not started, so I'll type that in as an expression. I can copy and paste blocks in the macro designer, so to save a little time, I'll copy this set field action and then paste it into the else if block. I'll need to edit the one I pasted because when the project status is set to not started, I want the %complete field set to 0. I'll set that argument here. Incidentally, I can also paste macros into a text editor as XML. I can edit the macro as XML and then copy and paste it back into the macro designer. Or I can post the macro XML on a discussion group, blog, or send it in an email message. Now I'll click Close on the Design tab and save my changes. Back in the datasheet, I'll change a few status values to make sure my data macro works. One big benefit of using data macros is that the logic follows the fields wherever I use them. For example, I've already added these fields to a form, and now the new logic automatically works on that form. The data macro always works whether I update the status field by using a form, another macro, an update query, or VBA code. Thanks for watching, and I hope you'll check out our other articles and videos on office.com.